Once a while I get certain news articles or videos that make my head scratch. As it is, I have less hair. Then I begin to wonder what is going on. This actually, I think, this concept was promulgated by TikTok, and then further spoken about by Dion. That news, that female who is kind of like people like her for a neutral news. Can't get her name. I used to like her, but now I'm fair, just tired. Don't want to listen to her. Very, I don't know, baritone, flat. And as you can see, that this is what is happening in India. Should we be worried? Anyway, I don't want to imitate her. Not too good at that. So, okay. So the topic is quiet quitting. What it means, this new term, which is famous in TikTok. Now she spoke, and now even Khalid Shan spoke about it in UAE. It seems quiet quitting, according, they come up with these new terms. Okay. What it means is people, they will work only how much they are paid, and then they'll pack their bags and go home. Nobody wants to work more. Nobody wants to work more than what is required. So you had foreign again. Some people saying, yes, we should be paid only how much we work. Some others were like, if you want to succeed in life, you have to work hard. You have to work unpaid hours. So now who is right? Now I'll just speak from the context of the Middle East, UAE, because that is where my major crowd is, and maybe India. In the Western world, you can correct me if I'm wrong, they pay you per hour. Okay? They have this rate per hour or whatever, and they pay you immediately at the end of the week or something, some places, Canada, USA. Okay? And they deduct the taxes and they give you. It's very transparent. Everyone in the same level, line of work, same salary. When you go up, higher salary. And yes, some people don't want to become managers because they have to pay higher taxes and more responsibility, which they don't want. This is actually a shocking fact I found out through people who are working in Canada. Many don't want to be a manager because you get paid more, you work more, but you get taxed more also. So it negates the whole thing. Okay. So when you get paid per hour, people believe that is the right way to go about. But I'll tell you the drawback of being paid per hour. Yes, it is transparent. Yes, you work how many hours you do. But now how do you measure whether the person is working 100%, 80%, 50%? Let's say, for example, tattoo. If I agree with a guy, $1,000 for this arm, okay, that is one rate I can fix. Or I can tell him, he can say $100 per hour, okay. And instead of, before it was $1,000 for the full tattoo, which would take maybe 10 hours. But now he says $100 per hour, and he takes 12 hours, 13 hours, 15 hours. He takes his own sweet time. So how do you measure that? Or you can say, yeah, you have a deadline. Let's say, example, typing. You should finish one page per this thing. In the 4 hours, you finish so many number of pages. Okay. Now, I can assure you this much. This kind of thinking is only prevalent with employees. Employers and businessmen know that even though in theory this sounds good, practically it is impossible. And I'll prove it to you. Practically it is impossible to do such thing. You'll say, how? Simple. In a factory of 300 people, or in a construction company of 5,000 people, how are you going to measure? Simple question. How are you going to measure? 8 hours of work? How are you going to measure each and every guy? And let's say the whole team of 200 people didn't do work satisfactory. What are you going to chide them or shout at them or scream at them? What if all they say, oh, get lost, don't want to work for you? This happens in so many countries. So what you're talking like this, is you're talking from your ass. You don't have any real world experience. The hardest employees, FYI, the hardest employees once upon a time, not today, was and were Indians. Hardest. Oh, gossiping, politics. But today, thankfully, we have a new breed who have taken the title, the woke employees. Oh, it's offensive. Oh, I feel offended. Oh, I this, that. Oh, you didn't add LGBTQ there. Oh, you're transphobe. Oh, I'm not joking. My Canadian friend has told me out of 88 employees in his company, one guy, male, identifies himself as trans. And he actually demanded that they create a separate toilet for him that he can go to, trans toilet, not male, not female, because he felt they discriminated. The funny thing is, they actually went ahead and built it for him to avoid drama in Canada. And now the funny thing is, he's using same guy. You have to call him with the right pronoun, she or zim, zer or whatever. He's using the trans toilet, but because nobody was going there, now he's using the ladies' toilet and sometimes uses the gents. And when the manager pulled this guy who identifies as a girl, I don't understand. You said you wanted to try. No, I'm gender fluid. I identify as a man today. Tomorrow it depends how I feel. So you can't question. Don't be a transphobe. So he didn't want any drama. He was like, whatever makes you happy, continue. Okay. So now comes the managing people, which I was telling you. So this rule of quiet quitting is applicable if all the employees are working with their heart and their soul and putting 100%. I'll give a good example. My cousin sister, who climbed the ranks of the highest level in this multinational company, obviously for privacy reasons, I don't want to say what or who. She climbed the top. In our entire family, she's the only one who has reached the pinnacle of such a corporate growth. She works 8 hours, and she was the only female who was at that level, and the only person who would leave the office on time. Okay, now you'll say, oh, see, someone's doing it. However, what people don't know is, and only the management, top management knew, if she would go home, she would make sure that if there was any pending work, she would do it from home, or she would work like on an off day when people were not there, if there was more work. In fact, she is the only person who never had small talk, never entertained anyone coming to our office talking anything other than work. Conversations had to be short, meetings had to be standing. You had to speak to the point, and every time in a meeting you were given a slot of time. After that slot is over, you don't get to say anything. So that is how she climbed up. In fact, when she changed her job, she lost her job because of COVID, and they were shutting down the department. She got multiple offers because she was good at what she did. And you'll not believe this multinational, big company, UAE based, the guy actually told her, what if we want you to work, what if you're supposed to come to work 6 days a week, or maybe 7 days a week, or maybe 12 hours a day? She said, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. Saying, don't you want to work hard and succeed? She said, I'm paid for 8 hours, 5 days a week. I will work 8 hours, 5 days a week. When I work, I don't waste time. I'm not interested for chit chat, gossip. And after a certain point of time, it proves to be, there is no merit. And given the fact that work never ends, I can sit 24/7, 7 days a week, and work will still not end. So I'm not going to play the rat race that other people play. I know my worth. I know what I can deliver. I will work 8 hours. If a project calls for that I need to work a few hours extra, or a project has a deadline, on a rare exception, I can accept a rare exception, but I'm not going to make it bound by contract 7 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day, sitting and lying in the office, chatting and looking at everyone's face and killing time. If that is who you're looking for, I think you have got the wrong person. Guess what? She got a job offer. Now, obviously, now you don't try and say something like this unless you really have offers. But at the same time, I'm not saying accept to be exploited. Like my cousin sister refused. So, quiet quitting is only useful if everyone puts 100%. See, and the reason why this topic was brought up is also because now people are working from home, people are looking at a balanced life, people are looking 3 days a week. The issue is, employees have an employee mindset. Apple give an ultimatum. After September, you better check in or go hunt for another job. It's good. Tesla also made the same. You come to work or get lost. Very good. There are a lot of people who are hungry for working. A lot of people who genuinely want to work. When I was an employee mindset, I would have loved this 3 day a week, 4 days rest. Or if you tell me work 1 hour a week, 7 days, 6 days rest, I'll say yes, because I had an employee mindset. Today, forget working for anyone, I'm working for myself. I don't want an off, because when you have an off and if you run a business, every day that is an off is an expense with zero revenue. Just imagine you're running a business. Before, people are working 50% off 6 days a week. Now they're working 50% off 3 days a week. And when you take an off and you come back, you have to reset your head, right? This all nonsense is just today's lazy generation. Me personally, I can assure you this much. Employees have an employee mindset. They might believe that they work very hard, but that is not the case. Does that mean every employee is a bum? And simple, just look in your own office. Check how many people are working hard, or how many people are just going with the flow, or how many people are just wasting time. You'll see people busy for the sake of being busy. And let's say, for example, if you give them a deadline and ultimatum, they will stop all the unnecessary work and focus only on what is necessary. Why? Because they know now there's a deadline. So people don't work with a sense of urgency. People work just to kill time. So this quitting is just a new trend topic that people are talking. It's bullshit. It doesn't work. It's not possible. They're saying people are going on. See, in the Middle East, people are worried about their jobs. They left their country to earn and feed their families. Nobody is looking to go home, relax, and look up in the sky. Unless, of course, they have a side business or side hustle. People come to the Middle East, leaving their home country to earn money. So this may be applicable to the West, where you get paid for being at home, unemployment and all that nonsense. But in these other countries, no. And for an employee mindset, it's very good to work only X and go back home. But for people with work ethics and hardcore mentality, we don't accept this nonsense. Anyway, this is what I wanted to tell you. I'll just give one last thing before we conclude. You see, my wife taking care of my kid. You think she can take a 3 day off? Huh? Time out. I'm not going to take care of you. No, it's 24/7, right? Why? It's critical, right? So when you treat your job the same way, forget treating your job. When you treat yourself the same way, focusing on your brand and being strategic, you think you'll not achieve success. I have fever today. I have high fever. My head is going around. I have cold. Still working. Why? You quit. Somebody else will work hard. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Agreed, the world is not fair. People are exploiting, blah, 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 blah. So, take it easy, relax, no? Anyway, chill. Make a move. Need to shower because feeling dizzy now. You guys take care. Ciao.